Hey everybody, on this 10th episode of VFX Studio, I'm going to be telling you how you can get started making your own visual effects. Back in 2010, my first editing program was called Sony Vegas Movie Studio HD 9, and it was only $50. Here's one of the first videos I've ever made with the software. For comparison, here's a recent lightsaber video I threw together. Now if you're in the position I was 2 years ago and don't know where to start, I'm going to give you some tips. First off, decide exactly what you want to do. There's editing and then there's visual effects. Editing is the process of selecting and preparing audible and film media performed with the intention of producing a complete work, like a documentary or a short film. Visual effects is taking different sources, what I call stock footage, and putting them together in a way that makes them look like they belong there, and it's usually focused on one shot. Different programs are specifically designed for editing, visual effects, or both. My first program, Vegas Movie Studio, was an editing program. I didn't know that at the time and used it for visual effects anyway. Other editing programs include Adobe Premiere, Sony Vegas Pro, and Movie Edit Pro. For a complete list, check out this link from Video Maker magazine. In the visual effects category, the only other main program is Adobe After Effects. There's also Nuke by the Foundry, but that's node-based compositing, which is different than what we're used to, and more professional. Whether you choose to go with editing, visual effects, or both, it's helpful to have a photo editing program like Adobe Photoshop. Alright, so now let's say you've chosen to start with visual effects and want to create your own explosions and lasers and all that. Unless you can immediately spend $1,000 on After Effects or $300 to $400 on HitFilm, you're going to have to download the demos. Once that's done, go film something. Be sure to have an idea of what you want your finished shot to be. When you first open up the program, you might not have any idea of what to do. Unfortunately, not every answer to your questions is on the internet, so really the best advice is to play around and try different things. If you're using After Effects, a great place to see tutorials is videocopilot.net. For a while, you'll be confused with the software and unsure of how everything will turn out, but the best tip I can give you is practice. You have to learn how things look in the real world and how to recreate it in the computer, and that's way harder than it seems. If you're confident, you can start up a YouTube channel and post your videos there to get feedback and recognition. Be warned though, what you think is a masterpiece most likely won't be in the eyes of the community, but don't let that stop you from doing what you want. So go out there and start editing. In the news world, FX Home has recently announced HitFilm 2. This is going to be a brand new product, not just an update. It's going to have lots of great features, including the ability to import 3D models, a better particle simulator, and integration with Sony Vegas Pro 12. Another huge product included with HitFilm 2 will be a Mocha HitFilm, which will have 3D camera tracking without buying third-party software. You can see the official announcement at this link. And now it's time for some viewer comments. That's Mr. Twist You asked, how did you get the VFX Studio intro titles? That's really nice too. Thank you. They are referring to my previous episode where instead of my regular intro, I did a 24 themed one. For the 24 intro, I didn't actually create the numbers. I used the actual intro and duplicated it twice. Then on each of them I set the blending mode to add, and rotated and flipped them. Then I created a text box that said VFX Studio and used the DS Digital font. I added a white flash to transition the two and added a glow on the words. New Origins TV asked, I've been experimenting with HitFilm Ultimate and I had a question. Is it possible to create a lightning effect? Then they go on to describe the specific type of effect they're talking about. Lightning is a preset in HitFilm that can be added onto a grade. There's lots of customization for it, from color to branches to positioning of each end. If you search storm cloud, there is also a pre-built particle simulator in the form of a storm cloud, and there is one for rain too. To make the screen flash, all you have to do is create a white solid and keyframe the opacity to start at 0, go up to 100, and back down to 0. Or you can keyframe the brightness and contrast effect on the grade. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave a like rating below, add this video to favorites, or share it. Also, consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you have any suggestions for new effects or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. You can also follow me on Twitter at VFXS. Anyways guys, thanks a lot for watching.